Just
Good day,
okay.
everyone. We are so excited to be here today with you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about online reviews and AI. Now, this update actually is about the recent update we've done to RankMyAgent, including a location AI update that our team had worked on for almost 9 months. And we're so excited to launch that to you guys today. Then I want to also get into the basics of RankMyAgent, the basics of online reviews, and really help you optimize every single feature that we've built into RankMyAgent to help you gain more business. We are going to also do a demo of RankMyAgent showing what the key benefits are and how you can make use of the platform. We're going to be talking about the REALTOR.ca integration, which is super popular, cross-platform posting of reviews from RankMyAgent onto Google, LinkedIn, and other platforms. How you can add photographs to your reviews, respond to reviews, how you can use your reviews as a marketing tool to help you amplify your impact. And certainly we will talk about the awards as well, which actually do help a lot with AI searches as well. So just to get started, a little bit about myself. Well, RankMyAgent certainly has been a passion of mine. I come from an emerging technologies background. Previous to RankMyAgent, I used to work at the University of Toronto, where we were building tools for people with special needs. And it was a lot of cutting edge, what was happening in the future. And in between that, my mom actually encouraged me to get my real estate license. And before I knew it, I was newly licensed, and we found out that we were looking at online reviews for real estate, and there wasn't much out there at that time. So this is like more than about 15 years ago, and there was a lot of slander. There were a lot of issues where you couldn't trust what you read online. So my husband actually came from work one day, and he's a physician, so he came back and he was looking at his RateMD reviews, and he asked me, "What is there out there for real estate?" And at that time, nothing existed, and that's how I built a team and we started building this product. So now here we are, 20,000 agents, over 130,000 reviews across Canada. And we couldn't do this without your support. So always grateful for that. Gianna is our amazing account manager. And Gianna, if you want to tell everyone about your background.
Yeah, sure, Riti. Hi, everyone. I'm Gianna, one of the account managers here on Rank My Agent, and I help new agents onboard our platform and existing agents like you maximize your account. I have a business economics, business analytics, intelligence, and project management background, and I currently reside here in sunny, almost sunny Calgary. Nice to have you all today.
Thank you, Gianna. All right. So, as stats have it, 91% of consumers will trust online reviews when they are looking for a real estate professional to work for. And, the normal way that this kind of works is that you may get a referral, say if a family member, a neighbor recommends you. So now, I have this recommendation from the neighbor, but there's this process where I will go, or anyone who's looking will go online to research what they've heard from the neighbor is actually true. So that's where your reviews are really important. And that's how we're seeing that these stats, like the 91% of people are looking at reviews before they just decide, because that's a normal habit now these days, going to look for anything online. Looking at the most important factors, well, consumers today value agents that have experience. They are honest and trustworthy, and the repetition of an agent. With Rank My Agent, these are the types of factors that we look for in our survey and that we collect all the time, just to help the consumer journey with who is the trusted professional. When I look at Canadian real estate and look at what are the top 5 factors that are important to Canadians, this interesting study points out that trust, how quickly you are to respond, good online reviews, your ethical credentials, and also the personal connections you have in your sphere. So these things also become super important. So, if you're new to Rank My Agent, I wanted to share a little bit about what it is. So, well, Rank My Agent is the leading platform that connects real estate professionals, brokerages, teams to the public. We do that based on verifiable reviews. Every single review on Rank My Agent is based on a firm closed transaction. We do have triple verification of reviews. So reviews are verified by the client that wrote it, by you, and then by our team. And we also use a lot of tools built into Rank My Agent to really help make sure that every review is actually what has transpired. And I think that's so important today in the AI world where there's a lot of noise and it's becoming harder and harder to judge on other platforms what exactly is happening. We also have some really neat integrations, and we will talk more about that in a bit. So now, the most important part of today's presentation is to learn how AI is changing search for the consumer and what you can do to keep ahead on that. So if you look at reviews, online reviews have turned into something that is like a trust signal, something that is like a truth, a grounding truth that AI tools, LLMs are using today. And this has been a real shift from just SEO to actually looking at what has been said about you online and building that story across, different AI tools. So now if we look at this example, what exactly is AI doing? Well, it is doing multi-source review validation. It is looking at various websites that have a lot of reviews. So, for Rank My Agent, like over 130,000 reviews growing. So it's looking at review sites and then it's taking it into its engine. It's doing multi-source validation of this, and then it's aggregating the sentiment set. And if they see patterns, that's what is displaying. That's what's displaying on the AI tools. And here in my example here, I just did a quick search, best reviewed realtors in Toronto. And what we found here was this list has been generated looking at multi-sources. However, you can see that Dave actually is one of our strong agents in Toronto, and that's how the list is surfacing these answers. And yeah, it's quite interesting. So even Christine Covrin here. So you're seeing that it becomes very important to be using AI in a way that your reviews are showcasing. And we'll talk more about this, but this is what Rank My Agent has been building for you for the last 8-9 months with our algorithm. So if I actually show you how AI is displaying online reviews. So I'm looking at tools such as Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude. It's looking for those truth signals. And what's really standing out here is detailed reviews, because those detailed reviews have a lot of great insights that AI is looking for, like hyper local details, such as what neighborhoods, who did you help, how did you help, and with Rank My Agent, there's actually a lot of tools to add those details in. So, consumers now do ask, like, find me the best agent, and AI will look at the credibility of the platform, the recency of the reviews, the volume and detail of reviews, and the strong reviews will place you ahead of the competitors. So that's very important to take what's said offline, online, and make sure that it is recorded and available. AI looks for specific traits. And what's interesting is you'll note that from my earlier slides, these were the types of factors that research also found consumers wanted to know. So it's not surprising that AI is also looking at these factors. Is an agent responsive? How are their negotiation skills? What's their neighborhood expertise? And if they see repeated themes, that's what creates a profile strength. And recent reviews are so important because it tells AI you're active, engaged, and relevant. Now, over the last 9 months or so, we have been working on a huge RankMyAgent algorithm change to help with hyperlocal relevance. That's going to help you with AI. So your profiles now carry structured data that helps AI tools in Google understand who you are, where you work, and what the details are about yourself. So it's all structured data. Our search results now also surface with agents' teams being on specific rankings for local activity. So we're looking at who actually is the agent that is most knowledgeable for that neighborhood. What you can do today is tag your neighborhoods. So once you log into Rank My Agent, head over to Edit Profile, and we'll talk more about this, but that's where you want to make sure your neighborhoods, your specializations, your languages, any details about yourself have been updated. So what you should do today after this webinar again is head over to Edit Profile. There's up to 10 neighborhoods or cities that you can focus on. Your first neighborhood or your first city will be the most important city. And that's the one that qualifies you for the award. So make sure that the first one is your main one. And then the other ones are where you are doing the business, like where those listings are, where the sales are happening. And that's where you would want to list that. Exciting update is that the Team Plus account and Office account can now add up to 6 different geo-farming areas. Previous to this update, they could only add one. So make sure the teams also do that. So now you can also have 7 services and specializations. What we did was kind of reverse and re-engineer and look at, well, a client could be looking for downsizing, or they could be looking for upsizing, or what that family situation is. And based on that, now you can add your specialization so that it's easier for your clients, your potential new clients to find you. Make sure you add languages that you're comfortable with, and that certainly is a very important point for a lot of the clients that are searching for a best fit agent for them. So, we are already seeing some amazing results, and, we just got started. There's a lot of more work that we're going to be doing, but I just wanted to show you that we're seeing that Rank My Agent is certainly coming up, and I wanted to point out how a lot of these, searches are surfacing because of that structured data that we've added in. Now, looking at the sources here, you can see that there's a direct link here when I did the same search on Gemini. A lot of the sources here are Rank My Agent sources, which is also, very interesting to see. So I certainly encourage you to make those updates, because when people start asking more specific questions, like, I'm looking for a senior specialist in Toronto who works in the annex. And if you're showing their on Rank My Agent, you're automatically going to come up in these searches. So that's where I want you to think about how best you can be showcased to that audience. Did a quick search on Claude as well, and you'll see that Rank My Agent, these results are being pulled right out of the Rank My Agent database. So a few tips on how to make your reviews AI friendly. Encourage your clients to include property and neighborhood details. Tell them to describe the wins. Was it the pricing, the negotiation in a tough market, the timing? Certainly encourage them more than one sentence. We also do have, I believe, a 20 character limit, so it has to be over that. But certainly, the more in depth they get, the better it is for you, and it's going to help you with that AI piece. Make sure you collect reviews consistently each and every time you firm up that deal. Follow up with the clients that did not get to that review, because sometimes it does take that manual sort of reach out because certainly life does get busy for everyone. So they just need a gentle reminder and make sure you respond to every review so that AI can see that you're actively engaging. You can also add photographs to your reviews, and I encourage you to do that because it gives another way for AI to really see the types of properties and what your focus has been. Couple of benefits of collecting verified reviews if I haven't convinced you with that AI piece. So reviews help you get recognized. They can sync into Realtor.ca, the Rank My Agent reviews can, and it's a pretty unique integration we have. You can certainly rank higher everywhere, and you get more business. And now with AI, this certainly is your new growth agent engine because this is working for you all the time. And the more trust signals that AI can see, the more visibility you're going to get and the more business you're going to be able to gather. Looking at some case studies, Scarlett Barber here, 15 leads were converted to closed deals. Craig Adam, 20 plus leads, 150K in commission. So you can see that reviews certainly convert because they're way down in that funnel. It's not a cold lead. It's someone who has already been convinced by reading your reviews that they want to work with you. I love how agents pull in reviews into listing presentations. Dave here repurposes them before he goes into that listing presentation because he does want that potential client to read more about him on the third-party site where that trust can be established. Reviews also connect the online and offline information of your brand together. So we've seen signboards, we've seen riders on sale signs, encouraging people to go online again to learn more. So imagine that you just sold a home and just like Tim here, you sold the home and now the neighbors are going for a walk and they see the sign, read my reviews, and they go online. They're curious about this and they go online and they see Tim's reviews, which are amazing, and it helps support if they're ever looking to sell that Tim could be shortlisted for an interview. So I encourage you to take this online, offline information back together because that's how trust is built. Reviews certainly are all about authentic stories and told firsthand by clients that have actually worked with the agents. This is a beautiful story, in my opinion, about a client called Trevor, and Trevor was new to Canmore, Alberta, so he did not know the area much, but Jessica stuck by him. She guided him. She told him when property in an X development was maybe not right for him. And, it's that trust that has been established. And that's why he wrote this heartfelt review. And I really feel that if you can get your clients to also share, and they will share because, you have done so much for them by getting them to this milestone. I mean, buying a home is one of the most stressful moments and also one of the happiest moments of anyone's life, reaching that milestone. But there's lots of things involved, as you all know, and writing that review is an extension of just saying thank you to you for everything. And reviews also teach us all on how to improve our business. So it certainly is a good feedback loop, and you should certainly take that as a learning. So there's always ways to improve the business, improve the system. So certainly I encourage you to take a look at reviews in that way as well. So we did touch on this as well. So reviews also help you with search. Another thing that I wanted to point out about is that Canada's Competition Bureau is cracking down on fake reviews, and but that's great news for you because Rank My Agent reviews are verifiable. They are based on transactions and they're fully compliant, and so that's something to keep in mind about fake reviews and just making sure that you're on platforms that have all these checks and balances in place. So the Rank My Agent reviews also help you qualify for awards. So now our deadline is December 31st of this year We look at the quality, rating, number of reviews, and the transactions that have happened. And then we shortlist agents for awards in the national, city, team, brokerage, and accelerator categories for new agents that are to the market. I encourage you to catch up on any reviews from the first part of the year that you still need to request reviews from clients on, because at the end of the year, when we announce the winners, you get badges, you get a lot of benefits, and also some AI benefits also that come out of this. So I encourage you to, take advantage of that. A couple of things you should do today to make sure that you're ready for winning an award. Make sure that you update your profile, especially those new areas that I had talked about, the locations, the specializations, the languages. Make sure that the first location you add, by the way, is the main city that you want to qualify for in that award. Request reviews each and every time you firm up that transaction. Check review stats to see if you need to follow up if someone did not complete that review. See if you have any reviews in moderation. If you have any pending that you feel need to go live that are that need to be dealt with. There are times when, say, the client did not click on the confirmation email, the review is held pending. Send us an email at support@rankmyagent.com, and we'd be more than happy to get those live for you. And then, certainly respond to all reviews, because that does show professionalism. It gives positive signals to AI, and also anyone reading sees what your professionalism is like. So now I want to get into the demo for Rank My Agent, how you can get set up, how you can request reviews, adding templates to make your life easy when you request reviews, and what we have in store for teams as well. First thing first is you would log into Rank My Agent, and you would head over to Account, Edit Profile. If you need your email reset, say if you cannot gain access to Rank My Agent, send us an email again, and we'll help you with that to help you reset your account. Once you're inside, head over to the Realtor profile area. You can now customize your profile quite a bit. So you can add a cover photo. So make sure you do that. You can upload a picture there. It gives someone coming to your page to a little bit of what your experience is like, and what your branding is like. So make sure you do that. You can add, of course, the designations and certifications, the services, the locations, the languages. Any awards you have won outside of Rank My Agent awards can be uploaded here. So the franchise awards can be uploaded. Make sure you write a short description of what it is. Social media details, and then make sure you just update and save all these changes. You can also select a featured review. So this featured review appears on the top of your profile. Encourage you to do that. Make sure the license since field is, the actual license since, because that's going to help you qualify if you're a new agent for those awards. Requesting reviews is super, super easy. All you do is put in the email address of the client you just firmed up that deal with, and then there's a template that's ready for you. You can personalize this template further. However, there is a built-in template, and then you can send out that email. You can even send a copy to yourself. You can track these review requests. So by heading over to account review requests, you can see what's exactly happening, and if a survey has been started, if it has been completed, if you need to resend. In one click, you can resend that reminder. The subject will change to reminder for that email. Now, we've made it really easy for your client to submit the survey back. If you use the contacts area under My my account contacts, just put in the first name, last name, email address, and these areas on the survey will be pre-populated for your clients, so they don't have to manually do that on the survey. And also they can use an alias, so they don't have to use a real name. Now, we realize that reviews happen for all sorts of reasons, and what we have is the ultimate bundle of review templates. So this bundle that we will send to you after this webinar basically has all sorts of scenarios, such as, did you recently sell? Did you recently help buy, rent? Was the review written on another platform? And these templates are ready for you to use so that your clients can easily do these for you, and you can send it to a number of clients easily, as you don't have to do each one on its own. Now we have something for teams. The first item we have is a Team Plus account. So this basically allows all members of your team to collect their own reviews on a individual RankMyAgent premium account, but the team also gets this account where they can kind of review everything. They have a dashboard where they can log in. They can request reviews on behalf of their team members, which becomes something very important as teams get larger. And we know that once agents are on the field, they get busy with that communication bit and getting the deal done. And so sometimes the review gets left behind. So that's why the Team Plus account exists. The Team Lite account is perfect for smaller teams that do everything together. It functions very similar to an individual premium. However, the team will share this account together, and they can connect the team account with Realtor.ca using that. With the Team Plus, each individual agent would connect their own account to Realtor.ca. Now I'm going to pass it to Gianna to share a little bit more about the client's journey and what this review process looks like for the client.
Thanks, Riti. Yes, now we'll go through the review process from when you request a review up to when the review gets published to your profile. So the review process can start in two ways. Either you, the agent, sends a review request directly from your RankMyAgent account using the request review button available to you, or the client can also access your RankMyAgent profile or direct survey link to leave you a review. So if the agent sends a request, the client will receive an email with a link to complete the review. So they simply click the link in the email to start the survey. The client then completes the survey form, writes the review, and submits it. As Riti mentioned earlier, AI relies on verified and trustworthy reviews nowadays, so verification is part of the process. After the submission, the client receives a verification email to confirm their email address. So this helps ensure the review comes from a real person using a valid email. The image on the right of the slide shows a preview of this email. So once they click that verification email, they will see a confirmation message. And if you have Google or LinkedIn integrations enabled, they may also choose to share their review on those platforms. And lastly, they will be notified when their review is approved or published on RankMyAgent, and they will also receive a notification if you respond to their review. The next slide shows us a preview of the survey and how clients complete it. Clients can leave a 5-star quick rating based on key criteria used to evaluate real estate professionals. All reviews must meet our guidelines to be published. Submissions that breach our guidelines may be moderated by our team or will not be posted. The form collects the full transaction address for verification purposes only, and it's not published. It includes two location fields. First, the street address, and the other one is the neighborhood or city, which can be selected from a drop-down. So this field is also relevant in our search results because our search results get data from this as well. The survey is also available on mobile, and a paper version of this is available upon request for your clients who cannot use computers. That concludes the review process overview for now. I will now pass it to Riti for the next parts.
Thanks so much, Gianna. Thank you for explaining that process. So it really is not a very lengthy review process. It takes about 5 minutes to really do. I love the quick starts that we have that basically helps move those rankings to all five in case if someone is really rushing. Now, let's talk about generating more business. How do we optimize Rank My Agent? Because it's not just about review collection, it's about amplification and what you can do with these reviews. And that's why we have worked on quite a few integrations. So the first thing you want to do actually with our reviews is head over to My Account Reviews and find any published reviews. Um, you can add um, you can add photographs to these reviews. You can respond to these reviews. And in a bit, Gianna will show you how to do that. The Realtor.ca integration, I really feel, is what every single agent in Canada, if you are coming from Canada, you should be doing this. You should do it. It's a one-time integration you do. And if you head over to member.realtor.ca, you'll be able to log into your profile and be able to do this. I'll walk you through this in a bit because I think this integration is so, so important. I mean, imagine going to an open house or you have an open house and the people walking in don't know you yet, but they see your listing, printout. They see that and they see Rank My Agent ratings. You have got like 50 reviews and 5 stars. They see this and it's something that has been printed because of that listing that you have. All of a sudden, you do build trust. I mean, it helps taking something that is cold, someone who doesn't know you at all. They have access to this and now they see this and they start to read these reviews and build some sort of connection with you. I really feel you should be doing this today. You don't have to wait until your first review on Rank My Agent, and you can even set up today so that when you do get your Rank My Agent review, that does display. To do this integration, as I had mentioned, head over to member.realtor.ca. Once you're logged in, make sure you grab your Rank My Agent ID. That unique ID is located when you log into Rank My Agent. You'll see on the left-hand side, there's something called unique ID. Copy that. Under the Realtor ratings and testimonial area, just paste in that ID. Within 45 minutes, everything will sync and your native Rank My Agent reviews will start to display. We also have something called widgets, and widgets basically allow you to take Rank My Agent reviews and put them on your own website because the last thing you want to show to a potential client is very dated, old testimonials on your own website. You don't, that's not going to help with trust. They want to see something that's new. Even the AI tools want to see new reviews when they are, on your website. So with these widgets, you can easily do that. To grab the widgets, all you to do is head over to marketing tools, copy the widget code that you like or the widget type you like and send it to your developer. If you are web savvy, just in your source code, in the HTML source code, just paste in that code where you want that widget to be placed. And yeah, that's how you get it set up. You can even connect your last 5 Google reviews onto Rank My Agent. And to do this integration, it is a premium integration, but if you would like to do it, just send us an email and we'd be happy to get that set up for you. Now, this certainly has been a pain point for a lot of agents, a lot of the real estate community. How do you get a client to take one review that is somewhere else? How do you get it on other sites? With Rank My Agent, we've made it super, super simple for the client. After they write the survey, they can copy the review and then they can pick which platform they would like to post for you. So this way, they don't have to redo the whole work of writing the review. The review is already there, and then they can pick. This is the only way that Google and all these other platforms allow for reviews to sync. I don't believe there's any platform out there that would just allow for automatic sync because Google has very strict guidelines and the person who wrote the review has to be logged in. So this is the process of it. And for you to set this up, It's super easy. Actually, before I jump into that, just wanted to show you how it works. So the client, gets that request actually right after they do the survey or after the review goes live. So there are two opportunities where they get reminded to send it off to other sites, and then the pop-up appears and they can easily just paste it. So it's very easy to set this up. Gianna, would you mind sending everyone that FAQ on the cross-platform posting? So
Mhm.
pretty much, thank you. In edit profile under account, there is some buttons called amplify, and those URLs need to be updated. And that FAQ kind of walks you through it. If you have any issues or if you want us to test it for you, feel free to send us an email and we'd be more than happy to test it out for you. Now we're going to talk about more amplifying and personalizing your reviews, how to add photographs, how to download shareable graphics, and how you can personalize Canva. Gianna, do you want to take it off from here?
Yeah, sure, Riti.
Mhm.
Yeah, Rank My Agent provides tools that help you make your reviews more engaging and strengthen your overall profile visibility online. One option for you is to add photos to published reviews. So this adds more personal touch and helps potential clients better understand your past work. Also, adding photos to your reviews helps them become more engaging and credible, while also strengthening how your profile is presented in search and AI-driven results. So to add photo to your review, you could log into your Rank My Agent account, click on that reviews tab on top. Yeah, that one. And then you could then go to the live review you want to add a photo to, click manage review, and then you could upload a PNG or JPEG file directly to your Rank My Agent account. It will then display together with your review on your profile like that. Next, you can also respond to reviews. Responding shows appreciation and also adds personalization that can engage with your clients. And based on research, around 88% of consumers would use a business if they see that owners respond to all reviews, whether these are positive or negative. And around 93% expect businesses to respond to reviews. Even AI now looks at how responsive you are with reviews, as Riti talked about earlier. So to add a response, you could log into your Rank My Agent account, click on that reviews tab, where you could then manage the review and add a response to that review. Let's just wait for the slide, click manage review, and then you could scroll down until you see the field where you could add that response. So I hope this encourages everyone to start responding back to your reviews if you haven't already. Next, the next thing we have is shareable graphics that you could share on social media or listing presentation. So to download your review graphics, you can either do the similar process we showed you earlier, wherein you could log into your account and manage the review and download the graphics from there. Or alternatively, when a review goes live, you'll receive an email with a link to download the graphics. So this is handy for mobile users or whenever you're outside. So you could download that and add it to your social media pages, or you could even edit them to customize or align with your brand. The next slide shows us how Canva is a great option for this because it's user friendly, and through that you could also add a direct link to your review on Rank My Agent. So on the right hand side of the screen, you'll see examples of posts and social media stories showcasing agents' reviews. So using these graphics helps you amplify your reviews to your followers and potential clients online. And if you'd like more guidance about this, we could give you tips. You could reach out to us at support@rankmyagent.com. That's it for now, Ruti.
Thank you so much, Gianna. Thank you. So we also wanted to mention that if you won any awards, you can also order your award certificates to be displayed. So these are actual print certificates that are embossed, and they can be emailed out to you, mailed out to you. So if that's something that you would like, you can certainly order that through Rank My Agent. So now, let's get into some real life examples and take something that is theory and see what are people actually doing with Rank My Agent and what's the type of impact that it's making. So we've seen agents share on social media all the time. So we've seen that agents want to, certainly share about what they're doing, and highly encourage you to do this. Testimonial Tuesdays are wonderful for this as well on your own websites, on office websites, because really reviews speak volumes. They really do tell you what the office culture is like and how important that customer service side is. I'm seeing a lot of stuff related to awards again on social media. So you'll see a lot of agents, when we basically announce the new award winners in January, they will share success. We've also seen agents run ads. So they will run ads on their name. And as you can see here, Thomas has ranked my agent right here because, that's where the third-party verified reviews are, and that's how the trust will be built. I like how agents also do these boosted posts. So the idea here is they repurpose the Rank My Agent review. As long as they have permission from the happy sellers, they uploaded the photograph, and they imagine like running this in a postal code that you just sold in. So people are kind of aware of your name, but then they actually see the story, they see what you did. So this can actually have a lot of great impact in future business as well when you do things like that. And certainly sharing team success as well is a great way to, get people to understand what you do. Here's an example of the certificate. I like how agents also use email signature notice as well. So either they have read my reviews, or if they have won awards, they will have these badges as well that they can add to email signatures, and maybe they link to their profile on Rank My Agent. We're certainly seeing this offline, online again. So here's Tim here on with a, it's a bus sign. It's on a park, on a bench. And you can see that he wants people to learn more about him here. This is a community center billboard that we've seen, and then certificates that you can order. I've seen big banners. I really like this idea from Hack & Co, where they, on their laptops have made decals of the Rank My Agent badges they've won. Because imagine you're just sitting with a client for the first time. You have this on your laptop already. Someone who is across the table from you will see this badge and they will wonder about you. And when they read those stories, I think that trust will be established, and it's a good way to, again, build that before. It kind of sets you apart as well from others. So, I want to kind of leave with, reviews are the fuel of this AI search, and they certainly summarize your repetition, and you really do need that multi-source validation. And your strategy now is that you need to be upfront on AI search, and you're going to there by updating your Rank My Agent profile today. Make sure that you do this today and just get everything up to date, because that's how you're going to dominate for the rest of the year. Make sure you collect those reviews, and this is all going to be very important as we see a little bit more noise in this review space, and we see more fake reviews coming. So you want to make sure that you want to be on a credible site with real transactions. Your review strategy, provide an awesome experience. Make sure you tell every single client the significance of reviews to your business. You do that by tying it into your branding. Be it the Hack & Co example that I showed you, where the laptop had the decal, your newsletters, your emails, signatures that go out, anything that you do should tie in reviews, because then people realize that this is a key part of your business, and you will be requesting that review when you reach that important milestone. As soon as you reach that milestone, send out that review request. And then once you send it out, make sure you remind them maybe like 48 hours later that, oh, I sent you the review request? Did you get it? I really hope that you can do this for me, because sometimes people just need that gentle nudge. And then make sure once you get it, acknowledge it, respond to the reviews, and do that each and every time. And you also have all these tools now to add more to those reviews by adding photographs, and your geolocation would be added on the review automatically. So that's there. So now leaving you with collect your reviews, catch up on reviews if you have any reviews that are pending. If you're new to Rank My Agent, set up your account, update it, including all those new areas that we told you about. You can integrate review requests within CRM systems as well, if that's what you're using to keep it top of mind. Make sure you're collecting each and every time, and that's going to help you with all the other steps here. So I really want you to be remarkable, and I know that you are, and that's why you are here today, because Rank My Agent is really about the best agents that are part of the platform. It's agents that have nothing to hide. It's agents that are transparent, and agents that are doing great business.